Hey now. Hey now. Yeah! Bobby back from The Difference is Doing It. And back with another episode of your and my favorite other Basement Disc Dyers. Mine partly because I get to do that stupid little intro thing, but mostly because it gives us a chance to turn the spotlight around to where it belongs on some of the real talent sprinkled throughout the TDIDI Army. This episode features my main man, Ivan from Dyelicious Discs. This dude is a total stud. Or maybe better put, this stud is a total dude. Yeah. He has not only been slaying the scene with his Dyelicious Disc Dyes, but also at the same time like supplying a good chunk of the community with all of the goods and gear needed to get their own dye on. Total dude. Today he is going to be showing off his new Glitched Out series to all of you nutbags out there, which these are a few examples of it rolling over my super high-tech microphone right now. So dope though, right? Like, anyway, I hit him up to be on this series because he has been doing some straight awesome things with gradients and fades recently that his Glitched Out series here shows off really well. So Ivan is going to be walking and talking us all the way through a disc from front to back, sharing an absolute treasure trove of tips, tricks, and techniques along the way. Really, there's no reason to babble about it much more than that and to keep all of you waiting any longer for some of the good stuff. I'll just circle back on the other side for a quick breakdown and some goodbyes instead. All right, strap in, kids. It is time to get glitched out. Yeah. Catch you on the flippin' 25. Let's do it.
Hey everyone, my name is Ivan. I'm from Dyelicious Discs. There's a couple things I'd like to say before I start this tutorial on gradients and some style I've created. So first of all, I'd like to thank Bobby for this opportunity from The Difference is Doing It. I am a proud member of the TDIDI Army. And second of all, I do run a website, DyeliciousDiscs.com. We sell supplies to dyers. I have ProChem dyes available. I also have an iDye poly, black, brown, and all colors available in that as well. I am a MVP wholesaler. I have a ton of blank white MVP discs available in all molds. Trilogy, Dynamic, Latitude, and West Side. And then I also have Prodigy, Casterplast, ton of glows. So lots of stuff for supplies to get your dye on. So DyeliciousDiscs.com and do or die. So without further ado, I'm going to start the tutorial now. So what I do here is, this is the design I do on the fly. So these are the tools that I have, really basic tools that you would need to start the process. I have my 12 by 12 vinyl, a nice straight edge ruler, pen, some masking tape, the actual disc that you're going to do this design on, and an X-Acto knife. So let's get the ball rolling. What I do is I first line up my wave or disc, whichever what you're doing. And what I'm going to do is really easily just draw a circle of what the disc is. Okay, now you're going to remove the disc, and now you've got your basic canvas here that we're going to be working with. So I'm going to get my straight edge here, and we're going to just start off. And I'm just really, like I said, I do this on the fly. We're going to start the very first line just like this. Alright, so I'm going to draw my straight edge here, and now I'm just going to go on the fly and just do some design in here. And you know, it's really up to you what you want to do. I like getting different angles going on, switch it up a bit. I mean, really no two designs are the same, you know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know, I like having 8 to 9 different areas, you know. So now all you got to do is basically use your straight edge again, start making some cut lines. You know, some can be thicker, some can be thinner, some can be, it can be all consistent. You can make it all the same size. Alright, I think I got them all cut. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 quadrants. So now we want to basically just pull out the areas we cut. You could use the X-Acto knife, but actually the other tool I like to use is a dental pick. I also have this little stencil collector, pretty cool. Make the job a little cleaner. Just cut the edges where it ends. Alright, got them all. Alright, so that's all been cut out. So now I want to do the centering part. So I'm just going to actually measure this circle here, figure out what the actual center is. Center right there, guys. Alright, so what I do to mark my center a lot is I actually, and this one you don't have to worry so much if you're off a little bit, but I actually put a hole in my center. So alright, so there we go, that's my center. Now I'm just gonna, actually instead of using transfer tape, I'm gonna use masking tape. I go ahead and I put it right on my shirt a little bit. I think I might have learned this from Bobby. And cut off just the piece I need, and now I'm going to cover just the cut lines I did. This will save you a little bit without having to waste the whole transfer tape.
Damn nice.
Golden. Alright, so now you're just going to peel it right off. Alright, so now I put the design on the vinyl because I didn't do that, or on the pad because I didn't do that earlier because I didn't want to cut up my pad. Now it'll hold on to the back, so it'll make it really easy to just pull right off. Bam. Now I've got my center here, so what I do is I use a stand that goes over and it hangs over the light. Alright everybody, so I got my mic stand, I've got my laser light, I've got masking tape holding the button for the laser light, got masking tape holding the laser light. It's going down right to the center circle where I actually put where the center is. So now I know that this is the center of where I need to put the disc down. I've washed the disc clear of residue and warm water and soap, as well as a residue sponge. And so now we're ready to lay this down. So you basically want to just make sure you're putting the laser light right at the center of the disc, and bam, you got yourself the design on your disc. So now you can get the laser light out of here, and you want to even out this, all the crinkle lines where your cut lines are. So we're going to smooth that out. Got a little scraping tool here. I mean, really, this stuff doesn't matter. It's just really where these cut lines are that you want smooth. So now what we want to do is I actually hot dip. There's many ways you can do this, but I'm a hot dip guy. So what I'm going to do is just wrap the disc, pull off the tape, put it in the hot dip. So I'm going to go ahead and get the hot dip going, get the temperature going in the pot. Alright everybody, we're back. While I was gone, I got the temperature going. I've got a laser light here to check the temperature. We're at 122. While we're gone, I removed the masking tape. Also, don't forget to put a little piece of vinyl on the hole if you do a centering hole, because that will ruin the design. And I put a little shipping tape on the back center so I could bring it right down and center. So I'm gonna go ahead and see where we're at. We're at 126, 128. The other thing is I took a hair dryer and I put it on hot and I put it on low setting, and I made sure my vinyl was tight. So that's another step I do that I didn't have on camera. We're really getting close. We're almost at 135, which is the temp I like. You can see it's starting to steam a little. 133. The black stirred a lot. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to first turn off the heat before you put it on. Yep, I'm right at that heat. So you can see it's just starting to steam. Heat's going off. I'm gonna go ahead, drop it right down in the center. Make sure I do it evenly. You'll feel the liquid, and then just spin it a little. I'm gonna set my timer 20 minutes, and we will be back in 20 minutes, people. Alright, so now it's time to pull the disc. Time has gone by, the timer's off. I have a plate here with napkins. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna end up pulling this out, putting it upside down just like this on the plate, and I'm gonna put this plate straight in the freezer. So I'm not gonna record me putting it in the freezer, but here we go. I'm just pulling it. I'm also checking, making sure it's all saturated, which is nicely saturated. It's on the plate and it's going right in the freezer. And again, this is one of the tricks I talked about on my podcast, is that putting it in the freezer, I believe, locks in the blackness into the plastic, and that's really it. So now I'm gonna let that sit in the freezer for about 10-15 minutes, 20 max. I'm gonna rinse it off in the sink with cold water, and I'm gonna pull the vinyl off, and hopefully, knock on wood, there'll be little residue to clean. I pulled out the disc, I rinsed it in cold water, wiped it off. I said I was going to remove the vinyl, but that's not what you do here. We're going to remove the vinyl one step at a time as we make the design. So I wiped it off with paper towels to make sure there's, a little less residue. So we're going to get this ball rolling, and I'm just going to go ahead and pull off one little area here. This quadrant here is where I'm going to start. See, there's just a little residue. You want to make sure that's off before you lay down any of this, because that's no bueno. See how this alcohol cleans it up, maybe a little bit with a Q-tip. Alright, so basically what I do is I just basically look at the shape I'm dealing with. I don't look at everything, get all clustered, like, oh my god, what am I gonna do on this one compared to that one? I just look with what I'm working with. So I'm looking at this pattern and I'm working with an angle here, but I do like the curve here too, so we'll probably work with the curve because that's one of the things I like doing. Maybe a neon key lime and Caribbean blue. Let's see how those two work together. So you could wear the gloves if you're worried, but I'm pretty clean here. I use the corners here. It's up to you. When I'm using a bigger design where I'm doing a full disc, I definitely put on my gloves when I'm doing full gradient. But this here, we could just get the corner. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. Kind of getting the corner of the napkin just damp enough that the dye's on it. It's all about repetition, Kind of going with the curve of the shape, the disc here, deliberately not covering the whole piece. And I'm going to leave this napkin available for future use. I'm going to move over to the Caribbean blue. Again, I try to twist up the corner here. We're gonna slowly wipe just the area that's white. And I'm not touching that black too much, and I'm deliberately. Alright. So, hopefully you can see what's going on there, but it's starting to look pretty cool, and this is why you're supposed to wear gloves. The more you do it, the brighter the disc gets, and this is neutron plastic, which again is my favorite. Alright, I think that's good. And let's go just a little more with the blue. You can see I'm deliberately not going over the whole thing because I don't want to kill the colors and make it all one color. Some quadrants will be doing that, but not this one. Just a little, just enough on that. Alright, just like that, we're going to move on to the next one. Covering the lid so you don't get spillage. And now we go right to the next one. So, you know, do we want to work on the small little guy right here? Or the bigger one? I always work right next to the... So it's either going to be this one or this one. Alright, so I don't know if you guys could see what I did on that first one. Again, we could go back to it as we go, as we please. I could rinse this off with water too, which will freeze it a little bit, which I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna rinse it off with some cold water. Alright, wipe down. Got nothing on the napkin, so that's in the disc. And let's go with kind of like fire red. Neon hot orange. That would be kind of cool. Let's see what happens here. Get it in the liquid. I'm trying not to get too much powder on it. Just as much liquid as possible. I'm trying not to go into the other design. So you start with this, and this is just going to be my base. I can end up changing it with the yellow, neon, and the hot orange. Getting it in the liquid, not the powder. Some of these quadrants, that's a small quadrant, you're thinking, it's going to take 2 seconds, but sometimes they take a little longer because you want them to have this cool color that just pops. Let's throw a little fire red in there and see what happens. I'm kind of lightly lifting as I blend to get that color, so I'm not fully like pushing down hard the whole way through. I'm trying to lighten up, and that looks really cool. That looks like almost like a pink Floyd. I don't know if you can see that. There we go.
Damn, nice.
Pretty cool. Nice. Alright, so I want to rinse that with cold water. Lock that sucker in. Lock it. Rinse, wipe, repeat. Nice. Sweet. Now to the bigger one. We're gonna remove this one right here. I kind of like it for that one. Maybe I'll leave this one the blank space. It was easy enough. That one's done. We're gonna do this patch here. I'm thinking about doing the design something of this sort to go against everything that's going on. So I'd like to start off with a little neon royal purple. pink. It almost looks like it's like drying as I wipe, so you don't want to go too much. And then see how it's kind of like fine there? This is where the alcohol, this is where you guys can see like what the alcohol does. This is going to take some off, but it's going to blend it nice. And then you can always go back and just recoat.
Damn nice, damn nice.
Alright, to the next piece here. We're gonna go to this piece here, right here. Alright, got that piece all off, and now it's all cleaned up. So let's go ahead and do our next design here. This one's gonna be kind of cool here. Alright, let's get to the next piece. We're gonna do this little piece right here. Alright, so let's start off with buttercup. Alright. Burnt sienna. Alright, we're gonna do this piece next.
Damn nice, damn nice.
Alright, we're gonna do this small piece right here.
Damn nice, damn nice.
So it's gonna be the base. It's all about the base, the base. to your napkin and just a little alcohol. Try to smooth this out a little. I'm not touching the other areas.
Damn nice, damn nice.
Alright, last piece. That's hoorah. Alright guys, so I'm gonna go clean this off and I'll be right back. Alright, last hoorah. Gonna do something a little different here. A little polka dot action going on here.
Damn nice, damn nice.
I think it's done, guys. What do you guys think? We gotta rinse it off. Get a little Wonder Bread action there. Alright everybody, it's all rinsed off. This is the final product. Thank you for having me on, Bobby. Please check out my website, DyeliciousDiscs.com. Everybody have themselves a great day. Peace out.
That was a Dyelicious Discs express train right to downtown Boomtown. I love it. That was awesome, right? I mean, have you ever seen someone dye a disc with napkins? Like, because I sure as heck haven't. Like, I can't believe that, like, I haven't thought of that in the 5 years that I've been stumbling my way through this, because he worked out like an awesome, super smooth gradient fade over such a large section with it. And like, my man is a grand master with those pointy Q-tips. Am I right? Like, it's crazy. I mean, it's crazy how many different ways to funk up some plastic that have evolved since I started working my way down this wormhole. So many of them that I would have never figured out on my own, if not for TDIDI Army rock stars like Ivan and all the other artists that have been on this series, who are willing to pull back the curtain and share, like, let's call it what it is, secrets that they use to make their discs special so that people will buy them and they can make their money. Like, you know, I'll never get past that. You know, I can speak from experience and say that, as counterintuitive as that may sound as an effective business model, it's all of you nutbags out there that have been making it work for us with all of your support. And that little piece of my own personal history tells me that there's a good handful of you out there who feel compelled to thank Ivan for his seemingly counterintuitive generosity. So I have all of his places up there on the screen and down in the description for you, so that you can go show him some TDIDI Army love. And really, like, if you're not going over to his website to at least look for your next blank disc to dye after all that, there might be something wrong with you. I said it. Or at least you're in the wrong place. That much I know for sure. So, like, look, you've heard me say it before. You're gonna hear me say it again. These are the types of artists that we should be supporting with more than just likes and thumbs ups. So go show that boy some TDIDI Army love. we've got our next episode of Basement Disc. Like, it's already in the hopper, and then there's 2 more right behind that. But I'm not telling all of you that just to get you all excited. More like to use as a segue into saying that we are always looking for more talent to feature on this series. So, like, if you got something that is really hot.
Hansel, so hot right now. Hansel.
Yeah. And you are jamming to the same groove as guys like Ivan, thinking to yourself, yo, the TDIDI Army has got to know. They've got to know. Yeah. Then hit your hucka from another mother up and let's do this. Let's do this. Like, how do you know when you got something that's really hot? Trust me, you'll know. But when you do, hit this hucka up and let's let them know. Yeah. All right, kids. That is the whole really big show. I hope that you enjoyed that as much as I did and learned something new along the way. So many thanks to my main man Ivan for hooking us all the way up. Like, I know that you are already headed to the description down below me to click that link and go show that boy the TDIDI Army love that he deserves. And listen, we'll be back like real soon to show all of you boys and girls another peek behind the curtain, probably before you're even ready for it. Yeah. Until that time comes, you better keep doing it. Yeah!
Oh.
Heartbreaker!
Oh, no.